Now in the special edition of 4 News Now, the Edmonton Oilers have forced a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals, beating the Florida Panthers 5-1. We'll have highlights from tonight's game coming up.
A gorgeous first weekend of summer, but the risk for wildfire is in the forecast for Sunday. What you need to know about a weather alert day.
And new detours are in place for the Thor Freya exits on I-90. We break down what you need to know coming up. You're watching a special edition of 4 News Now. Well, the Edmonton Oilers have forced a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Final, defeating the Florida Panthers 5-1.
It was about a week ago when the Panthers thought they had this thing in the bag. Now the Oilers are 1 win away from becoming just the second team to come back from a 3-0 deficit in the Stanley Cup Final. Sports director Julian Minnesota is here. And Julian, we now have the 2 best words in sports, Game 7.
Yeah, June 13th, that was the day when the Panthers went up 3-0 in the series. The Stanley Cup was, getting polished, thinking it was going to have a home in Florida, but Edmonton said not so fast. Edmonton has looked like a completely different team in each of these last 3 games, and tonight they were relentless on both ends of the ice. Look at this assist right here from Leon Draisaitl to Warren Foegele. Sends it in the back of the net as Edmonton takes a 1-0 lead, and Rogers Place is going absolutely nuts. And they kept the foot on the gas into the second period. Oilers trying to clear it out of their own zone. Maybe some fortunate stuff here. Edmonton finds the advantage on the other end, and it's Adam Henrique who beats Sergei Bobrovsky. 2-0 Oilers. And then if some is good, more is better, obviously. Later in the period, check out this play right here by Zach Hyman. Gets the breakaway, and then this is absolutely nasty right there. They beat the goalkeeper. Edmonton had control from the jump. They forced that Game 7, and that will be Monday at 5 o'clock here on ABC. The only other team to come back from that 3-0 series deficit we were talking about in the Cup Final was the Toronto Maple Leafs in 1942. The Oilers will have a chance to do it Monday night in Florida.
Should be fun. Well, the weather is going to be perfect this weekend to enjoy all of the fun outdoor activities around the inland Northwest.
But that warm weather also means an increased fire danger, and that's why our team of weather experts have declared Sunday a weather alert day. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker now with more.
That's right. Critical fire weather conditions on Sunday. We have a weather alert day for Sunday for eastern Washington, mainly in the afternoon, but our fire weather watch from 1 p.m. until 8 p.m. for the entire area, shaded in red on your screen, does not include North Idaho or the Northeast Mountains, the east slopes of the Northern Cascades, but the Spokane area, Washington Palouse, and the Columbia Basin, all potentially reaching that critical fire weather condition. Gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour and very low relative humidity, 12 to 20%. Any new fire starts could spread rapidly in these dry conditions that are ahead of schedule. Here's a look at our forecast winds for Sunday. Now, this is just 3 o'clock, so it will vary throughout the day, but it gives you a snapshot of where we're going to see some of the higher winds in the Columbia Basin, down through the Palouse, 34-mile-per-hour gusts. 30-mile-per-hour gusts in Spokane, and especially on the West Plains. That's where we have the driest and the most windy conditions. Our relative humidity really tells the story of why North Idaho is not included and frequently is not in our fire weather watches. Relative humidity values in the 20s and even 40s on Sunday afternoon. Well, in Spokane, it is so much drier, just a short distance away, 14%, 16% in Ritzville, very dry in Lewiston as well. So all the ingredients coming together for a disastrous day for any new fire starts. Fire officials encouraging you to be especially careful on Sunday with fire. I'll be back in just a few minutes with a look at the first half of your weekend forecast and tell you about some cooler weather on the way. But first, it is very early in the fire season, and we're seeing conditions more like what we would expect in the middle of summer. Meteorologist Mac Ray is here to explain.
Well, when we talk about fire weather, we're always talking about the same things. We're talking about that combination of hot, dry, and windy conditions. But how do you compare one day that has all of these to another day? Which day is worse than the other? Well, that's what we're going to try and answer here, and just show you how unusual it is to have these kind of fire weather conditions this early in the fire season. So this is going to factor in things like, for example, that we haven't had much rain lately. We're below average so far in the month of June, and we were below average for rain in March, April, and May as well. Now, all of those things get factored into some computer models and things like that have been developed by the U.S. Forest Service and St. Cloud State University. We're going to call it the Fire Weather Index. Now, I'm going to explain this chart to you here. So basically, the higher up you go on the chart, the more unusually hot, dry, and windy it is for that given point in the year. So let's look at the forecast, right? So Saturday, because it's going to be 15, some cases close to 20 degrees above average for this time of year, well, that means that we're going to be getting into that above normal category, the top 25% statistically for hot, dry, and windy days in late June. Sunday, well, now we're getting close to the top 10%, and that is the day we are most concerned about. So that's how unusual things are. To put this in another type of context, think about this. How unusual this is for late June. This would be an average day. This would be an average type of day in August, late July, but instead we're getting it very early. Just another symptom here of some of the lengthening fire seasons that we have experienced lately around the inland Northwest.
Well, after being closed for months, the westbound I-90 Thor-Freya exit is back open. That's the good news. But now crews have moved on to the next phase of construction, which means the eastbound Thor-Freya exit is now shut down. Take a look at this map. Drivers are encouraged to reroute and get off the freeway at the Altamont, Sprague, or Broadway exits. Alexandra Conyards was at the Thor Street overpass and spoke to people in the area about how these past few months of construction have impacted them.
The intersection at Thor and 3rd Avenue is looking quite chaotic right now as cars are being diverted to only use one lane while construction continues on the Thor Street Bridge. Now, part of 3rd Avenue has been completely closed down from the project, and those who live in the area tell me that this ongoing construction has been aggravating. Bumper-to-bumper traffic. That is what you will see at the eastbound Altamont Street exit right before the Thor-Freya one, which as of today is closed.
It's frustrating for our customers, especially the ones that live around here. They're so tired of this.
James Forsythe is the store manager of Conoco, a gas station right off the Thor-Freya eastbound exit. He says it is the 4th year in a row he has had to deal with construction on this corner. The city says the project is expected to last until this fall. For James, that is the exact time period when he gets the most customers, meaning this construction might have a significant impact on his business.
It has really slowed it down. We were fine when it was on 2nd Avenue, but now that's 3rd Avenue. Yeah, I've seen a big decrease in traffic this morning.
Sue Anderson lives in the area and has found the construction frustrating as it has caused more traffic in her neighborhood.
We want our roads fixed, and it has to be a part of it, but there's a lot to this area at one time.
In Spokane, Alexandra Conyards, 4 News Now.
Well, this weekend, thousands will be at the Gorge Amphitheater for the Beyond Wonderland Festival. Organizers are telling people to arrive early because of increased security, especially if you're staying at the campgrounds. Last year, during the same music festival, Brandy Escamilla and Jocelyn Ruiz were shot and killed while at the campgrounds. Investigators say they were killed by James Kelly. According to court documents, Kelly grabbed his gun from his truck and began shooting because he thought the world was ending after eating hallucinogenic mushrooms. According to the festival's website, everyone and their vehicles will be subjected to search upon entering the campgrounds. Weapons of any kind will not be allowed. Anyone caught with weapons will be told to leave and could be charged with a crime.
And the families of the victims are now suing Live Nation, the owners of the venue, for failing to enforce its drug and weapons policies. The lawsuit looks to hold the company and others named in the lawsuit responsible for the security oversight.
Well, Skyfest kicks off this weekend. We'll explain everything you need to know before heading out the door.
And the TV show Cops will soon be returning to the streets of Spokane County, while the sheriff says it's a win for his department and the community.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ironstone Furniture and Fire.
Researching childhood vaccines often feels like this.
When T lymphocytes recognize antigens.
They're lying to us. Vaccines are just another plot to make money.
The most important thing parents should know about vaccines is...
Accept my cookies. Sign up for the newsletter. Sorry. You've reached your free article limit.
Very impressive.
there's a simpler way to get answers. Visit vaccinesmartwa.org.
What am I gonna tell my dad?
I've got you covered.
I'm gonna call SWAT.
Nope.
After an accident like this, we care about getting you back on your feet.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Elegant, the water wizard of Oz.
Get ready to embark on a culinary adventure like no other. Crave is hitting Spokane Valley at Center Place this July 11th through 13th. Join us for an irresistible foodie extravaganza featuring top local and regional chefs along with the best breweries, wineries, and distilleries. Experience the best of the Pacific Northwest for 3 days at Crave. Admission includes food, drinks, entertainment, and an unforgettable experience. But hurry! Tickets are limited and selling fast. Visit cravenw.com to get yours today. Don't miss out on the culinary event of the year.
Summer has arrived, and that means barbecues on the back deck. And nobody has a better selection of decking than the decking pros at Windsor Plywood. Whatever you need, Windsor has it, including great railing options.
Windsor Plywood. Spokane and North Idaho's country leader.
Drinking watermelon moonshine.
Oh, Lord, when you raise the pole. The big 99.9 Coyote Country. This summer, if you're seeking out a fun adventure in a brand new Jeep, Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep has the best selection at the best prices to get you out on the road without breaking the bank. Dishman Dodge.
Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles is bringing the TV show Cops back to Spokane. He says having these camera crews alongside his deputies is a win-win for the county and the community. The sheriff says Cops showcases the skills of his deputies and shows the public what they're up against on a day-to-day basis.
There's been some pushback to cops returning to town, particularly whether this might over-exaggerate the perception of crime in the community. Jordan Smith asked about that in an interview with Sheriff Knowles today. He has the story.
Similar concerns were shared back in 2018. Some city council members felt that having cops film here might over-exaggerate the amount of crimes being committed in Spokane and the types of crimes.
This is recruiting getting nationwide exposure to our agency that we're getting for free.
The return of one of the longest-running shows in TV history to Spokane County might give the Sheriff's Department the edge they're looking for in recruitment.
Many times we heard, oh, well, I first started seeing things about the Spokane County Sheriff's Office when I saw your episodes on cops.
The show was pulled from the air in 2020 after George Floyd was killed by a Minneapolis police officer and nationwide protests ensued. Years later now, camera crews will ride along with the sheriff's deputies for 8 weeks in the heat of summer. The show hoping to capture the action-packed moments of policing that have gripped viewers for 3 decades. I asked about the concerns of the show potentially overselling the amount of crime happening in Spokane County and overrepresenting minorities as the people committing them.
I don't know that anybody ever presented any data that supported those assertions. Some people view it as, well, it's showing our citizens at their worst, or it's, maybe disparaging. But my counter to that would be it's real.
County Commissioner Cuney, who voted in favor of the show returning to the county, reiterated that point, reminding the public the crime rate is down from last year.
Any citizen that has any of those concerns is welcome to call our office or the Sheriff's Office to really talk about what our crime stats are, to know what they are, because I think it's important for citizens to know that and understand that.
Both Knowles and the commissioners say that everyone who appears on the show will have to sign a consent form, and the county will not be receiving any money for hosting cops this summer. Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
It's the warmest day of the season so far, 86 degrees in Spokane, more than 10 degrees above average. We started the day off at a warm 54. It is going to be even warmer tomorrow before we cool down the second half of the weekend. I'll tell you all about it after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
picture hanging strips hold strong and remove cleanly. Command, do no harm.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the TurboMax engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no-obligation as-is cash offer. We buy houses in any condition, and there are no fees, no commissions, and no repairs. We buy houses with tenants, fixer-uppers, bare land, even haunted houses. Woo! Call us today or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Dear 2031, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
Get 5.49% APR for up to 60 months on many of your favorite Toyota certified used models. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Got an itch for a brand new GMC Sierra? Scratch it at Northern Quest. It's the Scratch to Win Sierra giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card and it could be yours on June 28th. And don't miss our Sierra tailgate party before the grand prize drawing. We'll have $2 beers, pizza, and hot dogs. Plus cornhole for extra entries and prizes. The Sierra tailgate party. Details at northernquest.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ironstone Furniture and Fire.
Oh, what a beautiful evening. It is Friday night and the sunset is gorgeous and it is warm, and my goodness, it is quiet out on Boone Avenue tonight. I bet that is not the case in Riverfront Park, though. A great night to be out and about. 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be even warmer tomorrow, and then those gusty winds pick up on Sunday. Critical fire weather risk. Slightly cooler on Sunday, too. That cooler air pushing in, picking up those winds. Now, Saturday, we don't want to jump over Saturday, but we do want to give you the first alert about Sunday with those critical fire weather conditions. Saturday is going to be our warmest day of this mini warm wave. At 6 a.m. we're already going to be close to 60 degrees, and you'll notice quite a few more clouds. We have a cloudless sky right now. We'll be in and out of the clouds tomorrow. Even so, we'll be in the 70s by 9 o'clock in the morning and 85 by 1 o'clock. Now, nothing coming out of these clouds. They'll just be high and mid-level clouds, high and mid-level clouds filtering our sunshine. Winds generally less than 10 miles per hour throughout the day tomorrow, hitting that high of 89 degrees. The average first date of our first 90-degree day is June 19th, so we're right on track to be getting close to 90 degrees, but I don't think we're going to quite get there, especially with those clouds. Overnight lows tonight will be in the 50s and even the 60s in some locations. Our cool nights in the 40s are going to be over for a little while. High temperatures tomorrow in the 80s and 90s, 94 in Grand Coulee, 95 in Moses Lake, 99 degrees in Lewiston. I would prefer to not break out the triple digits just yet. It doesn't look like we're going to. Right around the Spokane area, a few spots getting into the 90s, including 91 in Meade and in downtown Spokane, 92 in 9 Mile, 87 degrees in Coeur d'Alene tomorrow. Sunday, we do have a weather alert day. Once again, I just want to emphasize the very high risk of fire danger. Our dry conditions, as you heard earlier from meteorologist Matt Gray, are more like what we would experience in mid-August with the dry, hot, and windy weather. It is a triple threat in terms of fire danger. We are going to see an improvement as we cool down Monday, a high of 77. We'll warm right back up into the mid-80s briefly, and then cooling down even more heading into next weekend, 71 degrees on Friday, and a very minimal chance of precipitation. Unfortunately, only a 20% chance of precipitation Thursday and Friday. In the meantime, it should be a beautiful and warm summer weekend. Just if everybody is careful with the fire and we don't get any starts, it'll be even better.
We are now just hours away from Skyfest at Fairchild Air Force Base. The weekend-long event kicks off tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
From air shows to a kid zone for the little ones, this community event has something for everyone. Bronte Zaratsky gives us a sneak peek.
This fun family event is free for everyone this weekend. Here you'll be able to see planes like this KC-135 soaring through the sky.
We're really excited to open our doors and allow the community to come onto base.
Starting Saturday at 9 a.m., Fairchild Air Force Base will open itself up to the public, allowing the community to watch air shows with planes doing stunts and people jumping from the sky with parachutes. It's all to celebrate the Air Force Base's history in Airway Heights. This year marks 82 years since it was established.
So we're celebrating all that heritage.
With how many people are expected to hit Highway 2 this weekend, expect to run into some traffic. If you want to check out the air shows, you'll need to get there early.
We're going to try to get everyone through as fast as possible. We recommend coming out early. So if coming over as close to that 9 a.m. as possible in order to get on base, get parked, and then out to the flight line to watch some flying.
And with the summer heat, you'll want to come prepared. Make sure you bring sunscreen, an empty water bottle to fill up once inside, and you are allowed to bring a folding chair to use to watch the air shows. If you plan on spending any money, keep in mind, cash isn't accepted.
So we encourage people to bring cards instead. That being said, there will be reverse ATMs on the Skyfest free space here where they can put in cash and receive out a debit card.
We'll have all of this information up on our website, KXLY.com. At Fairchild Air Force Base, Bronte Saratsky, 4 News Now.
And hey, if you're looking to do some shopping this weekend, head to downtown Spokane for Terrain's Bazaar. It's taking place right outside of River Park Square on Main Avenue. It features over 100 local vendors, and there will also be live music and lots of activities for the family. It opens tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Well, firefighters from across the Inland Northwest gathered to remember a colleague who they called a hero.
That was a testament to the type of career and the type of life that he led.
What the Pend Oreille Fire District is doing to honor a man who spent decades protecting and serving his community.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. Are you ready to light it up, Spokane? Experience the all-new Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow Party, featuring outrageous Monster Trucks action, including the electrifying freestyle motocross, spectacular laser lights, and the fire-breathing transforming robot, Transaurus. Plus the pre-show VIP and crash zone before each performance. And kids seats start at just $12. Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Truck toys come to life. June 22nd and 23rd at Spokane Arena. Tickets available at SpokaneArena.com.
Our 4th of July mattress event is on at Sleepmore inside More Furniture. Save on premium mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. For a limited time, you'll get a free bedding bundle gift, including 2 Tempur-Pedic pillows, a sheet set, and a mattress protector, all with the latest cooling technology. And right now, you can also take advantage of our 72-month interest-free financing. Visit your local showroom or shop all July 4th specials online at morefurniture.com.
I have a love for design, and here at Wallflowers, I am the window treatment specialist. If you have needs for window shades or drapery or anything that can help enhance your home, please come in and visit us. I came to Wallflowers for the opportunity to help customers find ways to renovate and update their home and love the space that they live in. We offer multiple discounts year-round. It's gratifying to have customers come in and tell us about the new products that they have and their enthusiasm for the new look and the new update.
My name is Connie, and I have stage 3 breast cancer. I'm an RN and I've been working for several years in the profession, so I decided that I wanted to seek out a second opinion. I think getting a second opinion is vitally important. I went to Summit Cancer. Everybody in the facility treats me like I am the only one they're looking after. I would highly recommend Summit Cancer Centers.
Chevy gets it. I want it, and I can afford it can be one and the same. With Chevy Trax, a car and driver 10 best. The rugged Chevy Trailblazer. And Chevy Colorado, Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Chevy, all you want is all within reach. Connected by OnStar. Get 1.9% APR financing on select popular 2024 Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Spokane Rain Gutter.
Ron, he's one of my heroes. Always will be. I'll never forget him.
That's Mark Sams, a friend of the late Fire District 10 Battalion Chief Ron Cato. Cato died on May 30th after a year-long battle with brain cancer.
And this afternoon, fire personnel from around the Inland Northwest paid tribute to Cato, who many called a hero. Hunter Bertram has the story of Cato's legacy that lives beyond life.
A lot of people talk the talk, but Ron walked the walk. And you could watch this guy and you could just see what a beautiful individual he was.
For more than 30 years, Ron Cato spent his life inspiring, mentoring, and saving others, creating an impact beyond comprehension.
I didn't know it was as big as it was.
Sarah is Ron's daughter. She also was a colleague, fighting fires with her dad. Seeing everyone at the memorial made her heart...
It's swelling, you know. I mean... I don't know, it's swelling, it's happy to know my dad had that big of an impact on people.
Fire personnel from all over Spokane showed their respect at the memorial, and as you can see to my left and to my right, these bright yellow fire trucks are from District 10, a place that Cato called a home away from home.
That was a testament to the type of career and the type of life that he led.
Cato spent decades serving his community, working at all levels of fire and EMS. When diagnosed with brain cancer last year, Cato put his career on pause. He sought workers' compensation, but he spent his career volunteering at fire stations and only served 1 full year as a paid firefighter, making him ultimately ineligible for state assistance.
I was in the Army for 20 years and I retired. I was a reserve officer when I retired. And we used to have a saying that a reservist will stop a bullet just as good as an active duty guy.
In his final months, Cato advocated for better medical benefits for emergency responders. And in the end, he continued saving others, choosing to donate his organs. In Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
During his long career, Cato also worked in Pend Oreille County.
To honor him, the first district announced that the fire district announced that they are renaming Station 25 after Ron Cato. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
50 years ago, Spokane celebrated with Expo, and Wendell was there.
And we're still continuing that legacy started by Kristen's grandfather in 1943.
And to celebrate, Wendell Nissan has some of the best financing and savings we've ever offered.
Murano, Rogue, Armada, Frontier, and the Aria, an EV in a class all its own.
Celebrate with us with great financing opportunities.
Wendell Nissan at the Y on North Division. Drive for generations.
The main event open house is on now at R&R RV Center in North Spokane. See the top-selling motorhomes, toy haulers, fifth wheels, and travel trailers from the nation's top brands. Tour our service center, stock up in the parts department, and enjoy free barbecue on Saturday. Every RV open and marked with a low sale price. Bring your trade and save during the main event open house. Happening now through June 22nd. Only at R&R RV Center, 525 East Francis, North Spokane.
Are you struggling to get through the day? Are you experiencing chronic pain, burning, numbness, and tingling in your hands or feet? Pay attention, because you are probably experiencing peripheral neuropathy. The most common symptoms are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, and problems with balance. neuropathy is treatable, and our office can help. It's time to get real results. Pick up your phone and call us right now. If you're one of the first 25 callers, you'll receive a free nerve damage screening. This nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious nerve damage and if you're qualified for our cutting-edge treatment program to stop the nerve damage. Don't wait until it's too late and your symptoms get so bad that you lose your freedom and are restricted to a wheelchair, walker, or need amputation. Call now to be one of the first 25 callers to receive a free nerve damage screening. Hurry, call now to find out if you qualify for our free nerve damage screening and see how we can change your life. It's time to feel better. Call today.
At America Northwest Plumbing, they do everything from service calls to bathroom remodels to new construction. They can take care of your plumbing solutions no matter what the need. They are dedicated, professional, and dependable. Call or click America Northwest Plumbing today, your one-stop plumbing shop.
It's Operation Dads and Grads this week at both Cal locations, where you can get an extra $500 for your trade-in, plus delay all payments for 60 days and enter to win a Traeger grill this week at Cal.
Something to keep on your radar, a weather alert day this weekend.
Yes, Sunday we've got a situation where if everyone is very careful with fire and we can keep the starts from happening, then it should be a quiet weekend. Otherwise, conditions are prime, and that is why we have declared Sunday a weather alert day to draw your focus to the need to be careful with fire. We've already seen once this season, just in the Spokane area, but around the region, about those fires and how quickly they can get out of control on a windy day. The weekend forecast Saturday is just going to be warm, a high temperature of 89 degrees. Our average high is 75. Sunday also above average temperatures with 83, a little bit cooler. That push of cool air picking up our winds, wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour, and very, very dry conditions, more typical of what we would see in mid-August, not in mid-June. Weather alert day for Sunday. Fire weather mainly in eastern Washington, and frequently you will see on fire weather alerts that it is eastern Washington and not North Idaho. That is because a little bit higher relative humidity, a little lighter winds, that takes the risk down below the criteria that the National Weather Service sets for fire weather alerts. But that does not mean that the fire danger is still not there. It just isn't as high as this area shaded in red, and that is the fire weather watch area. Again, Sunday at 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Sunday. And it is the combination of gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour, very low relative humidity, 12 to 20%, and new fires spreading rapidly with the very dry, fine fuels and those gusty winds. The National Interagency Fire Center has us in the moderate range for fire risk in the area shaded in brown on your screen. Spokane County, the Columbia Basin, the Washington Palouse. It is low in the yellow shaded area, which is all of North Idaho, the central and southern panhandle, as well as the Okanagan Highlands and Valley, and in the green shaded area, very low, the Northeast Mountains as well as the east slopes of the Cascades. Our high temperature today, 86 degrees, 75 is our average high. So today was our warmest day of the season so far. We'll beat it tomorrow, however, but we're nowhere near record territory. All of our records for this time of year are in the 90s, and in just a few days in the triple digits. Sunset tonight at 8:52. Live look at downtown Spokane right now. We have mostly clear skies across the region. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Derek?
Looking forward to it, Chris. Thank you. A new section of the Children of the Sun Trail is now open. That's the trail that runs parallel to the North Spokane corridor in Spokane and will one day connect to the Centennial Trail. You can now take the trail all the way from Francis through the Hilliard and Minnehaha neighborhoods. Well, Ironman 70.3 is back in Coeur d'Alene this weekend.
Sunday, triathletes from around the world will compete in a 1.2-mile swim in Lake Coeur d'Alene, a 56-mile bike ride through Idaho terrain, and a 13.1-mile run through the city for a total of 70.3 miles. Marissa Rio gives us an inside look on how the community is preparing.
As you can see, race organizers are already out here at Coeur d'Alene City Park gearing up for Sunday's big race. Athletes will need to come here to Ironman Village to pick up their athlete packets by 4 p.m. tomorrow. The pristine water of Lake Coeur d'Alene, great local shopping, and delicious downtown food. It's no wonder why this race attracts so many athletes. A race official says over 2,000 athletes from all over the world have signed up for this year's race, and local restaurants are gearing up for the crowds. Like the Coeur d'Alene Resort's Tito's Italian Grill. A cook says they're preparing loads of carb specials, including pizza and pasta. Athletes in town are also getting ready. One woman says she does triathlons all year long, but this one is a different type of challenge.
I'm a decent swimmer, but I had hypothermia in my previous race in Victoria a couple of weeks ago, so I'm a little bit, mentally, afraid of that, although I'm a pretty good swimmer. But otherwise, I'm a strong cyclist, and I love running, but the running is always the hardest because it's at the end and you are really already pretty tired.
After catching hypothermia in her last race and not being able to finish, Alex Drew is back and ready to challenge herself once again. For more race day information, you can visit our website at kxly.com. In Coeur d'Alene, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Today, over 100 kids between the ages of 5 and 13 competed in their own triathlon, swimming in Comstock Pool, then biking and running through Comstock Park. It's an annual event put on by Physical Therapy Associates, and all of the proceeds from the kids' triathlon will benefit Active for Youth, a group that provides students with a free after-school cross-country program. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, way to go. Washington lawmakers are now considering adding a small fee when you're shopping online to raise money for road projects. Here's how it would work. You would pay between 25 and 75 cents more per order. Retailers would take that money and pass it along to the state. And according to the report, if fees were 30 cents, it could generate as much as $112 million. Colorado and Minnesota are the only states that have implemented these types of fees. Again, this plan is just under consideration right now and would need to pass through the legislature.
All right, the Mariners, they've been pretty good in extra innings this year, but they were on the wrong side of an extra inning loss tonight.
Yeah, tonight was a little bit of a wonky game for Seattle. What went wrong for the Mariners, and how concerning was tonight's loss? That's coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When it comes to quality roofing solutions, trust the experts at Roofs by Premier. Roofs by Premier has more than 50 years of experience in the Inland Northwest. Schedule now for spring and receive $500 off.
It's time to celebrate all dads and grads. This week at both Cal locations in Airway Heights and on 4th Street in Coeur d'Alene.
And that means some of the best deals of the year on fun new rides for summer. Plus delayed payments until September 1st and an extra $500 trade-in value for your old ride. Plus, everyone can enter for a chance to win a Traeger grill at each location.
This is one sale you can't afford to miss. This week at both Cal locations.
For people who feel limited by the unpredictability of generalized myasthenia gravis and who are anti-AChR antibody positive, season to season, Ultomiris is continuous symptom control with improvement in activities of daily living. It is reduced muscle weakness. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with the freedom of just 6 to 7 infusions per year for a predictable routine I can count on.
Ultomiris can lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious meningococcal infections, which may become life-threatening or fatal, and other types of infections. Complete or update your meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before starting Ultomiris. If Ultomiris is urgent, you should also receive antibiotics with your vaccines. Before starting Ultomiris, tell your doctor about all of your medical conditions and medications. Ultomiris can cause reactions such as back pain, tiredness, dizziness, limb discomfort, or bad taste. Ultomiris is moving forward with continuous symptom control. Ask your neurologist about starting Ultomiris.
The 4th of July sale is on now at More Furniture. You're invited to beat the crowds and take advantage of the huge savings available for every room in your home. Get ready to celebrate summer entertaining, family gatherings, and much more, all at our lowest prices. Visit your local showroom to work directly with a furniture expert and create the look you want. Or pre-shop all sales specials online at morefurniture.com.
When it comes to quality roofing solutions, trust the experts at Roofs by Premier. Roofs by Premier has more than 50 years of experience in the Inland Northwest. Schedule now for spring and receive $500 off.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
The Seattle Mariners have had the upper hand in a number of close games this season, but that wasn't the case tonight.
Yeah, the M's dropped the series opener to the Miami Marlins 3-2 in extra innings. Sports director Julian Minnesota is here with us. And Julian, just can't afford games to lose games like this.
Yeah, especially against a team like the Marlins who are out of the playoff race. These games should be gimmies for the Mariners, but it was just one of those days. Sometimes it happens in baseball. It was a promising start for Seattle in this game. Mariners rookie Ryan Bliss went 3 for 3 tonight, including this big-time base hit. That one goes over the head of the center fielder. A run scores for Seattle. Bliss legs out a triple, and Seattle takes a 2-0 lead there in the early innings. With Mariners starter George Kirby, he had it rolling early on as well. He retired 16 straight batters tonight, but ran into some trouble here in the 6th. Brian De La Cruz puts a jolt into that one. Julio Rodriguez jumps but can't make the grab. The home run makes it a 2-1 game. Very next batter, Josh Bell, and that's not good either. Kirby was rolling, but just like that, it's a tie game at 2, and we would go into extra innings. Now, teams are given an automatic runner at second base in extra innings. Tim Anderson at the plate for the Marlins, hits one into left field. Dominic Canzone, he's going to come up throwing, but Cal Raleigh can't corral it at home plate. Heartbreak for Seattle in extra innings. The Mariners have now lost 3 straight games. They will try to rebound tomorrow against the Marlins. First pitch for that one is at 1:10. Spokane Chiefs star Berkeley Catton is projected to be a top 15 pick in next week's NHL draft, but he isn't the only Chiefs player looking to make it to the next level. Spokane has 3 other players who are hoping to get drafted next week. Defenseman Will McIsaac, Nathan Mays, those guys are looking to get off the draft board, and goaltender Dawson Cowan is as well. They'll all be waiting to hear their name called on draft night. Cowan is ranked 5th among North American goalkeepers. McIsaac and Mays are ranked among the top 115 North American skaters. One mock draft has Cowan as a 5th-round pick. If they don't get picked up, they're all eligible to return to the Chiefs next season. And Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final, you just watched it here on ABC. Edmonton Oilers, Florida Panthers. Edmonton was looking to force a Game 7, and they were pretty successful tonight. They were relentless on both ends of the ice. The assist from Leon Draisaitl to Warren Foegele for the first goal of the game for the Oilers, and they just kept the foot on the gas the rest of the way. To the second period we go. Oilers trying to clear it out of their own zone, and they do that and then some. Check this out. Adam Henrique beats Sergei Bobrovsky to make it 2-0 Oilers, and then they kept it going as Rogers Place kept getting louder and louder. Zach Hyman has the breakaway here, this time against Bobrovsky again, beats him, gets to the back of the net. They had control of this game from the jump. Game 7, that'll be Monday at 5 o'clock here on ABC. The only other team to come back from a 3-0 series deficit in the Cup final was the Toronto Maple Leafs back in 1942. So the Oilers will have a chance to do that Monday in Florida. Almost seems kind of like a team of destiny right now.
I'm going to keep rocking with the Oilers, man. They're going to do it on Monday night. I can feel it.
It's exciting stuff. Thanks, Julian. Well, good news for home buyers. Mortgage rates fell for the 3rd straight week to their lowest level in almost 3 months. Freddie Mac reports the standard 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 6.87% yesterday. Rates peaked in 2024 at 7.22%. They're still higher than anything seen in the decade before 2022. That's the year the Federal Reserve began to raise interest rates to combat inflation.
Beautiful, warm Saturday. High temperature close to 90 degrees. 75 is our average high. Partly to mostly cloudy skies. It's not going to be quite as bright and sunny as it has been the past few days, but that's not going to have an influence on the temperature. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The 4th of July sale is on now at More Furniture. You're invited to beat the crowds and take advantage of the huge savings available for every room in your home. Get ready to celebrate summer entertaining family gatherings, and much more, all at our lowest prices. Visit your local showroom to work directly with a furniture expert and create the look you want. Or pre-shop all sales specials online at morefurniture.com.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the TurboMax engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Lincoln County, gateway to Lake Roosevelt. Fish for more than 30 species in Lake Roosevelt year-round from shore or your boat. Houseboats are available for rent to create a family cruising experience. Visit the Inland Northwest Rail Museum just west of Reardon and take a train ride. Enjoy a rodeo, livestock show, carnival, and county fair every August. And every community hosts an annual parade and celebration. For a rundown of event dates and recreational opportunities, go to LakeRooseveltandmore.com.
$20 you miss. Yeah? Boom! Show me the money. Here's your check. A check? You're never gonna cash it. What are you doing? Depositing the check with P1FCU mobile banking. Bet you didn't think that one through, did you? Come on.
Get a free Ascend checking account with great benefits at p1fcu.org/free.
Researching childhood vaccines often feels like this.
When T lymphocytes recognize antigens.
They're lying to us. Vaccines are just another plot to make money.
The most important thing parents should know about vaccines is...
Accept my cookies. Sign up for the newsletter. Sorry. You've reached your free article limit.
There's a simpler way to get answers. Visit vaccinesmartwa.org.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
All right, welcome back. We heated up today, and we are going to be heating up even more.
It was very hot. You said that we might see 90 degrees in our car, and you were spot on.
Well, in your car, it's going to be about 130,
Yeah.
but yes, on your car thermometer, I know what you meant. But yes, we're going to be very close to 90 degrees. We are so dry, and that is why on this Friday night, I'm talking about Sunday right off the bat rather than Friday. Shouldn't be a problem as long as we're all very careful with fire. Then this fire weather alert day will come and go. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be even warmer on Saturday than it was today. We hit 86 today. We're heading to 89 tomorrow. The winds pick up on Sunday. Critical fire weather conditions. It will be slightly cooler Sunday and then even cooler as we get into next work week. Our hour-by-hour forecast, it is going to be warm right off the bat. Here's 6 a.m. And you'll notice that it's not all bright blue skies. We're going to be partly to mostly cloudy in the morning. Already 71 degrees, 75 as we get into 10 a.m. and in the mid-80s by 1 o'clock. Winds on Saturday will generally be quite light, 10 miles per hour, or less than 10 miles per hour, heading to a high of 89 degrees. With that forecast high, we have yet to hit an 90-degree day, and the average date of the first 90-degree or higher day is June 19th. So we're already behind schedule, just barely. But it's nice anytime we're getting into fire season to at least have that going for us. The record for the earliest 90-degree day is April 24th, back in 1977. Record for the latest, July 21st. We've got a ways to go there. We're going to start the day off with fairly warm conditions tomorrow in the mid-50s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Couple of spots staying in the 60s overnight. Saturday's highs, we may stay in the 80s, but there are going to be a lot of 90s around the inland Northwest, including 99 in Lewiston, 91 in Ritzville, 95 degrees in Moses Lake tomorrow, and right around the Spokane area. On your car thermometer, 91 in Meade, 92 degrees at 9 Mile, 91 in downtown Spokane. So It's the hottest day of the season so far. Take care of your pets and take care of your people with that warm weather. We haven't quite gotten acclimated to that, and we won't have much of a chance to get acclimated because we'll be cooler Sunday, even cooler Monday. We'll rebound back up into the 80s before we dive down into the lower 70s this time next week. And that does come along with a very slight chance of precipitation, the thing that we really need in this forecast. Weather alert day Sunday. Just want to point that out one more time. Other than the windy and dry conditions, it is going to be a sunny day. So hopefully you'll get a chance to enjoy and we'll all be safe. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. Musician Jason Mraz is coming to the Inland Northwest later this summer.
He's bringing his mystical, magical, rhythmical, radical ride tour to the festival at Sandpoint on August 2nd. Ahead of his performance, Mraz sat down with our Rob King to chat about the tour, including how the album got that name.
You know, it was just a silly line and it was hard to sing. But when I looked back when the album was finished and I was combing through the lyrics, I said, what really sums up this album? What really sums this all up? And it actually was that line. And that's, to me, what life is all about. It's a mystical, magical, rhythmical, radical ride.
To watch Rob's full interview and purchase tickets for the show, you can look for this story on KXLY.com. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
For people who feel limited by the unpredictability of generalized myasthenia gravis and who are anti-AChR antibody positive, season to season, Ultomiris is continuous symptom control with improvement in activities of daily living. It is reduced muscle weakness. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with the freedom of just 6 to 7 infusions per year for a predictable routine I can count on.
Ultomiris can lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious meningococcal infections, which may become life-threatening or fatal, and other types of infections. Complete or update your meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before starting Ultomiris. If Ultomiris is urgent, you should also receive antibiotics with your vaccines. Before starting Ultomiris, tell your doctor about all of your medical conditions and medications. Ultomiris can cause reactions such as back pain, tiredness, dizziness, limb discomfort, or bad taste. Ultomiris is moving forward with continuous symptom control. Ask your neurologist about starting Ultomiris.
My name is Pam, and I've lived in Libby for about 25 years. I came here to CARD in 2015. I was diagnosed with asbestos-related disease. CARD is here for a reason, and that is to help the people of Libby.
Have you worked or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? You may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. Contact us today for a free screening.
Spokane stepped onto the world stage by hosting Expo 74.
And Wendell Ford was there, celebrating our community spirit.
We're still here, continuing that legacy started by Kristen's grandfather in 1943.
To celebrate, we have some of the best financing and savings we've ever offered.
Escape, Bronco, Explorer, and the F-150.
Some with 0% for 72 months. Celebrate with us.
Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
Drive for generations.
It's the best time to visit More Furniture. Join us for our July 4th truckload event. Truckloads of our top-tier product at factory direct prices, in stock and available for delivery. Get this elegant 4-piece bedroom set, including queen panel bed, 9-drawer dresser, mirror and nightstand, all in beautiful vintage cream for only $14.95. For a more contemporary look, get this 4-piece bedroom set in gray with panel bed featuring 4 storage drawers, dresser, mirror, and nightstand, still only $14.95. Hurry into your local showroom today.
It is going to be warm. You won't have to layer up tomorrow. 89 degrees, breezy on Sunday. It is a weather alert day for fire danger.
I know we're worried about that fire danger, but that's a pretty good stretch of days there to start the summer.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if everybody behaves, we don't have to worry about that fire danger.
We'll see you at 11.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.